Hello folks, this is Joel583, and today we'll be looking at Legends of Chima, Worriz. I was actually excited to hear that we'd be getting Legends of Chima action figures, in a style similar to Hero Factory. And we have Worriz, a member of the Wolf Tribe, ages 6 to 12, set number 70204, 55 pieces. And on the back of the bag we have just an action shot of Worriz. You can combine him with Krager to make a giant wolf beast thing. And on the bottom we have a comic showing one of the Chima minifigures using the Chi to make a giant version of himself. Kind of interesting. Alright, so let's open this up and see what we got. Alright, and as you can see here we have one large bag, two small bags, one of them containing Worriz's head, a Hero Factory body, and of course the instructions. Alright, so first we're going to take a look at Worriz's head. One of the main things I was looking forward to from these sets were mostly the heads. Now, normally in sets like Marvel or DC superheroes, where they go for a similar approach, their heads are difficult to use because you can't really use a Batman head unless you're going to make Batman or something Batman related. But with animal heads here, there's actually a lot more you can do with them. First I want to point out is the detailing here for the teeth. It is just one block of white plastic with teeth molded in and a white space behind them. You have blood red eyes on both sides, and both sides do feature a scar going down the eye. They even painted in the nose for like extra detail. Looking inside the head, we can actually see that it is 4, maybe even 5-part head. You have the ball joint connector, the white block for the teeth, which I think is also the same piece that holds the eyes on. Then you have the gray head. Of course, a screw that goes down to hold them all together. All in all, very nice. I like the whole kind of waving fur he's got going on. A little bit of a sort of beard. I can't tell if that spot right there is fur or an ear. Either way, it's pretty cool. Alright, so next in the small bag we have mostly fangs and robot arms. You have a translucent red dome piece. And here we have a new for me piece. I don't know if this is a new piece in general, but it is definitely the first of this kind that I've gotten. It's a little odd beam of some kind. And finally, in the large bag, we have a lot of pieces we've seen before, and we also have quite a few new pieces, two of which are definitely new to me. The first one being this long, thin, blood red sword. Now, I like this. It's sleek and it seems like it could be functional. It does have a kind of an odd texture. It seems a lot of friction to it, especially right at the tip here. And that, I really like it. And I think it'd be a great add to anyone's arsenal. Next we have this medium, kind of a broadsword, which has basically one jagged blade going on one side and teeth on the bottom. It doesn't seem as functional as the red sword, but it still looks pretty cool, to say the least. Next are these two spike pieces, which are kind of a texture plastic. Yeah, they just peg onto any kind of armor that has holes for these to fit. And here's two pieces which are not new, but are also new to me. Like I mentioned before, the only reason I haven't got any of the Marvel Heroes action figure sets like this was mainly because of the heads. But there was one thing on there that I think I would have liked, and that was these pieces right here, which I think are for adding extra friction. Basically just make it's just a small piece to make large builds more stable without having to add a whole lot of extra parts. So I'm pretty glad to have these, and I can't wait to see how they work. And finally I have a piece that I'm not sure, I might already have, but I'm not fully sure. So just for the sake of it, we're going to call this a new for me piece. It's a 3x3 beam with a ball in the middle of it. And we also have this piece, which is not a new piece. This was first introduced out in the Hero Factory Breakout series. Here we have a small chest piece with some decorating on it, a chi crystal that's coursing through the whole thing, as well as some red paint for possibly armor fragment, kind of doubting the possibility of it being blood. Well, with this technically being a children's toy and all. And here is Worriz. I really like how this guy turned out. He looks very fierce. I really wouldn't want to cross this guy. I do like the hands. I just don't like that they're this far out, or this far in. So it's basically just the whole forearm is a hand, giving them basically very stubby arms. But it can be remedied. You just add an extra bone right there to act as another arm. I don't like how the swords won't stay level, but that's just a problem you have with long, thin pieces. They tend to get bent in the packaging. And here's a rare occurrence: back armor. So your back's not completely exposed to like a sneak attack or something. You can't just be stabbed in the back. Back armor. 4 pieces did that. Probably could have done with less too. Still, I really like it. It's just always refreshing to actually see a figure like this that is fully protected. And as for weapons, as you can see, he has a long, wide, dual-bladed sword and a chainsaw shield. I don't know what else to say about this guy. I just really like him. He's got a fierce head, fierce weapons. This guy is just menacing. I like this in a figure. And as for the joints down by his hips, like I said before, they're friction joints. They're for better stability for larger figures. And those things are pretty tight. I gotta say, not so tight that I feel like they're gonna break, but they're pretty tight. They feel like they're gonna hold up pretty well. On the shoulders, she has those spike pieces, basically acting as ruffled fur, I'm guessing. And that is Worriz. Now, I got this set for about $15 at Target, and I think it's a really good set. This whole series seems to be doing very well. LEGO is definitely taking a few steps in the right direction with the bone structure figures like Hero Factory and these figures. Finally getting armor on their backs to complete the actual armor. All in all, it's just very good. I do recommend picking it up if you can. I thank you folks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.